Hello guys, recently I started a tradition on Twitter, daily Laravel tip from the docs with screenshot from specific docs page with the link. And one of those tweets went pretty popular with 99 likes at the moment about route enum binding. So I decided to shoot this separate video with another example because the example in the docs is about category of fruits and people, which seems pretty strange in one project. How does that categorization work? So let me show you another example of the same thing and why would you need to do that. So this is a demo project of listing the posts, just a table of posts, and then you can filter all posts, or you can click draft, which changes the URL. So posts/whatever, draft, published, or archived changes the URL, which is route binded by this parameter in the routes. So route get post status, optional parameter with the question mark, and that status is not any string, it's an enum. So in the post controller invoke, it's a single action controller, so-called invocable or single action controller, and the parameter of status is an enum of PHP, so it's not any string. What it does is validation, immediate validation. So if you put in posts whatever, it will show 404 page. But I didn't put any specific validation here in the controller. The validation comes from enum values, which are these. So only these three values are allowed, and you don't need to validate that additionally in the controller or here in the routes. And then what that enum allows you to do is to reuse those values everywhere in the project and have this enum class as kind of one way, one place where those values are defined. For example, in the blade file for that page, these values are in the for each loop. So in the index blade, we have this. For each enum cases, you have a link with the value here, and value changes the class on the button, the CSS. Also, finally, the migration. So in the migration, that post status is a string, but the default value can be taken from enum like this. So this is again the reusability of enum class. Also, of course, you may go one step further and put the enum on the database level. So instead of string here, you put enum and then have extra additional validation on the database level. And recently, by the way, I published a tutorial on that kind of a research experiment on Laravel Daily.com as a premium tutorial comparing the enum, like status new in that case, where status equals new, and what if I change it to status ID as integer and have statuses as separate database table with foreign key. So you can read that tutorial and whether the performance was better or not. I will link that article in the description below. That's it for this time, and see you guys in other videos.